Hi guys, I am Chris Marshall and I'm joining you for a very special shop night, and you know what that means? I am joined by my co-host, the big LG Lou Goss, who's also your 2023 FRC Super Late Model Rookie of the Year. I'm also joined by my buddy here, Josh Edges. Guys, how you feeling?
Great! Good. Daytona day, brother!
That's right. Racing season has officially begun. As you see behind me, we have the Daytona 500 going, and hopefully, guys, your picks are going strong.
Yeah, other than the fact that we missed the entire first fantasy pick, but we've been having some fun, right, with the guys and making a few picks as the stages and different events went, if you will, throughout the day, right?
Yeah, that's right. And Lou, we did see some crashes here, and it kind of reminds me of what would happen when the Crown Vics go to WIR, which, guys, is just a joke.
That's a little on the nose. I thought we had a different plan for that. Go ahead.
Yeah, but it's been a lot of fun. So right now, one of my favorites is still in it. But one of the things I want to talk about is the NASCAR Fantasy Championship. Last year we had the trophy with us.
That's right.
This year it's not with us.
We don't know where it is.
That's true. It's not here. If anybody, maybe we even post a link to last year's video, but we had it, presentation, the whole thing at the beautiful Cocoon Brewing, in one of the cocoons, mind you. Today we're in the garage at the house.
We decided to change the location this year.
Yeah.
The last 2 years, it rained out. So.
Well, right. Yeah, that's all been part of it. That is still up in the air a little bit, but.
Now, guys, one of the things that we usually do, we have this trophy presentation. We bring the champion up, the champion talks, and we've had a two-time champion who is, nowhere to be found, but I'm sure he's here in spirit. But, we're talking about the Fantasy Championship, and
right.
Josh, man, how did everything go for you?
Last year? I think I finished second 3 years in a row.
You have. I'm fairly certain of that. Yeah.
And then I forgot to. I didn't forget to make my picks. I thought I had more time, but the app shuts it down at a certain time, so I like to wait till the last minute to try to get them in, just in case somebody has to change cars and they go to the back. Daytona is a little bit different, so sometimes that doesn't matter, but I didn't make any picks this week.
Right, and to your point, right, they pushed a couple cars to the back.
Yep.
Probably prime example is Byron. They pushed him to the back, and boom, within 8 laps, he gets caught up in a thing.
Yeah. So it's fun, but it's hard.
Yeah, and finishing second as many times as you have, I'm going to call you Mark Martin.
I have a championship under my belt, so I do have one championship. I won the first year and I finished second 3 years afterwards. So, Mark Martin can't hold a candle with me if I'm being honest.
So how did it go last year? Let's give
little context.
Well, kudos, context and kudos where it's due. Was Eric Deveroy was taking the championship last year from Mike Smith, right? And then Mike
kind of just swooped in
and took it again.
Yeah, and I believe the year that I finished first, he finished second as well.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
So
that's something else.
he's on
it.
You've got to be consistent.
That's true.
It doesn't take much strategy because racing is a crapshoot. However, I've always looked at super speedways as, which might be the reason why I fall short early in the season, is because you shouldn't put a lot of stock into it. Because you never know when the big one's going to happen and who's going to be there and who it's going to take out. So you only get 5, throughout the season before the playoffs, you only got 10 times to use each driver.
Yeah.
So there's a little strategy in play.
I always saw these races as basically just use whoever. Definitely not one of your. I would not pick a Kyle Larson.
No.
For today.
No, absolutely.
I would pick a Kyle Larson anywhere else.
But you're almost even. Anybody can win that race. If we learned anything from watching the truck race this Friday.
Well, you always have guys that are great at super speedways. So McDowell's name got thrown around.
Yeah.
That guy, as the older he gets, he ages like a fine wine.
For real.
Because even at road courses, he does well.
Yeah, everywhere. Yeah.
So you want to use a guy like that who maybe you're not confident in and not a lot of people are going to use, and hope that you strike gold.
Mm-hmm.
I never put any stock into being down in week 1 from Daytona because everybody else is probably playing from the rear anyway because of a big crash.
Yeah.
Road courses, there's 5 of them.
Yeah, and everybody.
5 races, 6 races.
At least,
this year.
yeah.
There's a few guys that can win those.
You probably have 6 or 7 drivers that you're like, if they don't wreck it or they have good luck, they're going to be towards the front.
Yeah, for real.
But other than that, everything's a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Actually, I think I only played maybe like 3 weeks of it, and then I forget my login and password and stuff, and I just give up. I just go, you know what? Whatever. I'll win it next year, and the same thing happens.
Yeah.
So I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun, and I think I got surprised just looking at some of the stages and some of the guys that have won these stages. I thought Joey Logano was going to be more of a factor, but he's one of those guys that shows up at the end.
Yeah, for real. And FYI, this is going on live back here. Thank you. Thank you. This is going on live back here. So if anything crazy happens, let us know. But yeah, I mean, it's just like the first stage. I mean, there was lots of like fuel stuff going on. The second stage, that
not
didn't
to
really
cut you off, but you mentioned in the second stage from the first, they were already up over 400 RPMs.
Oh, yeah.
They're getting a feel for it. The weather's obviously an issue. I'm sure there's plenty of pressure with all the rain that's supposed to be coming. Temperature's probably fluctuating as the day goes on, so those guys are just getting a feel for it. And then towards the end of those stages, when they're trying to gather points, going for it, and at the end of this race, we'll go into overtime.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty standard.
Yeah.
So like in the first stage, it was like the lead 6-8 cars or so, they were 7,900, 8,000 RPM, and then they were showing a few in the second stage at 83, 8,400 RPM. So they were definitely like more on the throttle. Maybe there's been very little talk about fuel mileage since the first stage.
Yeah.
Right. So they're just racing at this point.
Now, if there's anything that I would ask you, because you race, would there be a certain strategy that you would use if you were running?
Obviously, I'm concerned about fuel mileage.
I've got a serious question.
Yeah.
So now that they've
wasn't
ramped it
serious.
up
Go
and
ahead.
they're going around the track quicker, they're obviously more balls to the walls.
Yeah.
Would it be more fuel efficient the way they're racing right now than it is just kind of dogging it around the track, trying to get a feel for it, not drafting as well?
Prior for sure. When you're down RPM, right? It's a math thing, right? There's less fuel going per RPM ish, right? If you run the math. And,
but with the drafting, is that?
Well, it's the same thing. That's a reason for it, right? Other than leading and running less RPM, you can almost do the same in the draft,
Sure.
but it kind of just like adds up, right? If you took lead cars doing 7,900 RPM in the first stage, and then lead cars doing 8,400 in the second stage, it kind of like goes across the entire pack.
Okay.
Everybody's going faster. Everybody's using more fuel. Maybe still not as much because you're back behind cars.
Right.
Everybody is still using as a total more fuel.
So as they're doing that, are these guys saving their tires? Is that something that you're worried about if you're in that position?
Probably not a whole lot, unless you're picking up more on like the cars moving more. All that's gonna add up is more scrub and side force on the tires. That's where a lot of the wear comes in. Running straight, it really doesn't contribute to a lot of wear on the tires. It's the side force and the moving, right? I saw in the first stage, which at first I was kind of concerned about, was when Brad Keselowski and Kyle Busch kind of got together and they both slid big. That can rip a lot off those tires. I mean, they still came back. It was fairly late in the stage, but that type of stuff can definitely bring a concern.
Yeah, because I was wondering, because I saw some of them guys go in there and they just took fuel. And I went, I would have took maybe some right sides or something like that. But I figured if you're not doing that much, you're probably not going to worry that much about it. Or?
And probably that is more about a time thing, right? If they can put enough fuel in the car to finish the stage, they are not going to spend the extra second and a half to put tires on.
I was going to mention that actually because it seemed like it was timing.
It's more
than
about
anything,
time,
especially in stage 1.
Yeah.
Where drivers were more concerned about fuel than anything else.
Correct.
And they weren't going to chew up any more seconds going into pit lane trying to put tires on. However, you get a caution with 20, 25 left.
Yeah.
You might second guess. You're already going to go in. You're filling up. You might take all 4. And if a guy's like, hey, I'm going to try to save some time, that might get interesting.
100%.
And you mentioned they want to make sure they stay with the packs they go in with. So maybe it might not be feasible for them to do a 4-tire stop if they want to stay with, let's say, the Toyotas or the Fords and things like that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so that does make sense. I do want to make sure, I want to make note of, man, this is one sweet
What do you
looking
think?
jacket. You know, this Ford jacket, I have not seen one like this, and this is like pristine condition.
For real.
Um,
So let me get in on this. So we're a Ford team, right? We run a Mustang,
That's
right?
right.
I got my Excursion, the ultimate Ford, the ultimate vehicle, bar none.
What's your chassis?
Pathfinder. Okay? It's all about the plastics and the stickers. Let's be real. But this jacket I've probably had since I was 12, right? So it's 35 years old at this point, or 25 years old. Sorry, bad math. 25 years old at this point, and I maybe wear it 3 times a year. Still got it in my closet. I love it. So it's out for Daytona Day.
is there ever going to be a?
It's a Racing Champions, right? Is that even a brand anymore? Chris will know. Is it?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. They molded brands or
Yeah,
whatever,
I think they went to with Lion.
Okay, sure.
When are you
free
gonna
ads.
wear this to the track? All I'm
I think-
saying is, you have your fire suit under it. You wear that. You know, you just stand by the car. You know, just like
Right.
this. You know.
So WIR has, last year they did the vintage night one night. I think I brought it. I had an MGD Rusty Wallace cap, and I had this coat.
I think they got a photo.
I might have lent my hat out to Jordan Thiel. Thank you. I said Jordan Boy, the other Jordan.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
And also, I do want to talk about this, brother. We got a Chase Elliott tank on. I'm telling you, brother, this is probably the coolest thing I saw. And then you got.
Fact check. You had that on last year.
And then
I don't
you
think
got,
I did. We already talked
and you got the Chase Elliott Hooters cap on. When I saw it from far away, I thought it was Alan Kowicki, but I got closer.
Well,
and
this was for their throwback weekend. a
Oh,
couple
for
years
real?
ago.
All right.
So
10
yeah,
for
they
it?
did the Hooters paint scheme and yeah.
Yeah, 10 for it.
Yeah, sleek looking design
Yes.
too. And I guess I'm just Carson Macedo today, but I didn't have anything at least I could fit in.
Oh, we'll see how this race goes. Maybe a sprint car race will show up.
Probably when I go home, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And did you guys have anything, that you guys wanted to mention or that you guys wanted to plug or?
I'm good.
All right.
I'm good too. I mean, it's been fun. We got a group of guys here in the background. Got Hayne helping out. I'm sure
He's doing everyone's taxes.
Yeah, he's doing everyone's
Which,
He's not worried about playing his recorder. He's doing taxes,
Yeah.
which is great.
which I'll tell you what.
There we go.
He made quite a few tips
And a
today.
little pan around.
Yeah, we got chicken booyah and potatoes and bacon, and yeah, we're having fun. So great time.
Great food, great people, great crowd, and
And shout out to Steve. Shout out to Steve.
Shout out to
Helps
Steve.
out with the car part of the pit crew. He's finally tying the knot. He has a date, September 10th.
woo!
October.
Congratulations.
October
September 10th.
10-10.
10
October.
October 10th, yeah.
10-10-26.
I'm dyslexic.
Know your mom.
I love it. Perfect.
10-10-10.
10-10.
That is awesome. Well, from us here at the Shop Night Podcast, Josh Edges here to let you know about the NASCAR Fantasy Group, which he's going to end up winning this year.
I hope so.
That's just what
I'm
I
a week
heard.
behind, but we'll see what happens.
That's just what I heard. That's the word on the street, brothers. You're going to win this year, depending on what happens. But other than that, I do want to thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Chris Marshall. He's Lou Goss. This is Josh Edges.
Hey.
you guys have it.
It's the Daytona 500. You know what that means.
That's right. Oh man, I love it. I love it.
Hey, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. Let me get in on this.
Oh, hell yeah. I should have used that Crown Vic joke better.